Hello digital friends, this is my journey how I learned and improved my latte art from that to something like that, or even something beautiful like that. This design isn't even particularly difficult, but more about that later. And as always, when I want to learn something new, I start searching for the right tutorials on YouTube. As expected, there are dozens of videos showing beautiful latte art designs and it always looks relatively easy. So I figured I'd try that too.
I mean, how hard can it be?
Well, spoiler alert, pretty hard. Most of the videos I've seen show the technique behind the beautiful pictures on your coffee, but not the complete package. I mean the right tools, the milk cups, pots and so on are mostly not mentioned, but they play an important role to get a good result. To be honest, it really looked like a crippled pear. This is why my first designs were somewhere between not existent, potatoes, weird onions or yes, that actually looks like a butt. Sorry. From something I thought it would be easy turned out to be a real challenge. I had more or less 2 attempts per day. I simply can't drink more coffee per day, and of course I didn't want to waste any coffee or milk. What follows is an exact instruction how to do it right and how to finally draw a beautiful picture on your coffee. So, what do you need to make latte art? Obviously, an espresso machine. I have a machine from the mid-price segment in which a grinder and a steam nozzle are integrated. The steam wand is particularly important to get the real fine milk foam that you need for latte art. Then you definitely need the right kind of cup. This cup is too big and especially too high, whereas this one is too tiny and the diameter is too small. This cup here is perfect. It has exactly the right diameter as well as the appropriate height. Perfect. When choosing coffee, I make sure that I use fresh whole espresso beans and grind them. My grind is set to level 12 of 30 and the temperature of my machine is on the lowest setting. I'm certainly not a barista, but that's how the coffee tastes best to me and gives me a good creamer. The best milk for latte art is whole milk. With whole milk, it is much easier to get that super fine silky milk foam you need than with skim milk. There is also special barista milk, but it is a little bit more expensive and the result was the same. Speaking about the milk pitchers, there are also 1,000 different variants. With my machine was already one included, and this pitcher is handy because it shows the minimum or maximum of the recommended amount of milk. The nose of this jug is not quite optimal for pouring, so I got me another jug whose nose seems to be perfect for a latte art. But honestly, I've not yet found my optimal jug. The preparation. There are 2 basic factors for latte art: espresso and milk foam, whereby the milk foam plays the decisive role. For the espresso I've already told most, and it's really a matter of taste. Just make sure that you have a good creamer at the end. But how do you get the optimal milk texture? I take cold milk from the refrigerator, which gives you more time when frothing. I strictly stick to the recommended amount of milk, then I blow out the steam wand briefly so the condensed water can escape. The steam wand is positioned at an angle of about 40 degrees and then we insert the pitcher along the steam wand. Then we simply rotate the pitcher until the steam wand is halfway from front to back. Then tilt the cup to the side until it's quartered to the side. And again, insert straight, then rotate halfway and then tilt a quarter. Now that we have the perfect position of the steam wand, we look down into the pitcher from above and we have to make sure that the tip of the steam wand is just barely submerged into the milk. Then we begin to froth the milk. Listen to the noise, it should sound like you're ripping paper. And the milk starts to spin like in a whirlpool. We hold this position until the pitcher matches the temperature of our hands. Then we insert the steam wand further into the milk, keeping the whirlpool movement, and wait until the pitcher has become so hot that it cannot be touched for more than 3 seconds. Then remove the pitcher, give it another quick blow to remove the remaining milk from the steam wand, and there you have it. Perfectly silky milk. It should really look like melted ice cream or fresh wall paint. Here's another little life hack on how you can practice frothing milk without wasting milk. Just take the same amount of water as you would take milk and then add a few drops of dish soap. You can then froth it up and it will behave just like real milk. The result will even look like real milk, and you can see if all the liquid has been foamed or not. Of course, you should not drink the whole thing. The technique. What I'm going to show you here is the technique for pouring a heart. But the principles I'm going to explain apply to latte art in general. The first principle is to create a solid base. Maybe you should call it a canvas. Your canvas is the espresso infused with some of the milk. This allows the design to stay and float on the surface. This is why the texture of the milk is so important, because without the proper base, the milk will simply sink to the bottom of the cup. If the milk is too frothy, it's also not possible to draw a picture. Okay, let's create the canvas. I take the cup with the espresso and tilt the cup to the side. We don't want the milk to be visible already on the surface, so I pour the milk into the deepest point of the espresso with some distance. Our canvas is then ready as soon as the liquid reaches the edge of the cup. The cup is still tilted, and this is also very important for our next step. The second principle is pitcher proximity. This means that the pitcher should be as close to the liquid as possible. As you saw before, the milk shoots under the surface when we pour it from higher up. But we want the milk to stay on our canvas, so it is important to get very close with the pitcher. The final principles are flow rate and the cup rotation. The flow rate describes the speed at which the milk is poured, and the cup rotation is the rotating hand movement of the cup during pouring. The flow rate and the cup rotation are directly related. Let's now link everything together. We take the cup in one hand and tilt it. Then we pour the milk into the deepest part of the espresso with a little distance from the top until the liquid is at the edge of the cup. Now we have our canvas. Then we bring the pitcher very close to the liquid and we start pouring. From then on we pour faster and faster and faster while rotating the cup. When the cup is almost full, we slow down and lift the pitcher, pulling the milk through to the other end of the cup like a razor blade. And there you have it, a beautiful heart. Sure, it's not 100% perfect, but it's enough to put a smile on my girlfriend's face every day.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I could do this within a week. But it took me almost 5 weeks to learn everything and put everything together. And yes, maybe this video can help you to do it much faster. Speaking of help, you can help me tremendously by subscribing to my channel, liking this video and commenting. This is absolutely free and you will support me a lot. Thank you. Before I tell you how you can create this beautiful design super easy, I want to recommend you another channel that has helped me a lot.
Lance Hedrick is latte art world champion, and in his videos he describes the mechanic of latte art super accurately. So if you want to dive deeper into the topic, then check out his channel. I'll put a link in the video description.
So are you ready to learn how to make this beautiful design? Let's go!
Okay, all you have to do is pour an espresso with the milk foam until the cup is almost full. Then use a spoon to spread the rest of the foam over the base. As you can see, I do this quite messy. The result is still beautiful. Just simply spread the milk as I do. Then take a little chocolate syrup and draw a few circles on the foam. Then take a few toothpicks and draw 4 lines from the outside to the inside. Now it would already be a clover leaf. Then you can draw a few more lines outward and get a real nice pattern.
And boom, there you have it. Thank you for watching again, I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you again at the next video and have a creamy time. Just enjoy your coffee, okay? Bye.